Alrighty guys, what is going on? It is JT Bricks here, back for another LEGO Star Wars 2021 video here, and today we're going to be talking about LEGO Star Wars 2021 and beyond and The Mandalorian. Let's get right into it. Starting out here, the first set I think we could see in the future from The Mandalorian in 2021 or beyond could definitely be the Imperial Light Cruiser here. This is done by BrickWizard59 on Instagram. Huge shout out to him. Make sure to go check him out. And this model is awesome looking. Obviously, just a very unique ship, similar to the Star Destroyer, but different in a few ways. We see it in the Clone Wars sometimes, and here, obviously, it is Moff Gideon's kind of flagship, I guess you could say. You could include Moff Gideon, maybe Luke Skywalker, some Dark Troopers and such, the Mando, Bo-Katan, all these other characters from that season finale, and it would just be a really awesome kind of big set for The Mandalorian, I guess. One set to me that is a lot less likely, but would still be pretty neat, would be one of these Mandalorian Gauntlet Fighters here. Obviously, we kind of see this in the end, in the finale, just kind of a brief shot of it, but still, maybe we'll see it more in Season 3 and such. I think we will, because I think we're going to see Bo-Katan and her friend more in Season 3, so the chances of us seeing this again, maybe not super high, super likely. The last time we got one, and the only time we did, was from the Clone Wars in 2011. Maybe we'll get another one in the future, who knows? Now, a set to me that's underrated, and a set that would actually be pretty nice to have, would be a new Imperial Troop Transport, just kind of a much more updated one. The last one we got is from a Rebels battle pack like a few years ago, like 5 years ago, I think, and that set was fine, but the Imperial Troop Transport itself was really small. It was part of a battle pack, so it wasn't really all that detailed. They really could have done a lot better, a much better job if they had a bigger set, and, why not make a big, like, $30 to $40 set like this here? You could have a few Stormtroopers, maybe Cara Dune, the Mithril, Grief Karga, Mando, all those guys in a big, much more detailed Imperial Troop Transport set like this one by BrickWizard59. And one set that would be cool, but a lot less likely as well, would be a Marshall kind of Cobb Vanth episode themed Mandalorian set. You can include the Mando Speeder, which obviously we're already getting in a set, so really the chance of this was pretty much zero now, but you can get the Marshall's Speeder, or Pod Racer engine, I guess you could say. You could have him in the Mandalorian Boba Fett armor, along with some Tusken Raiders and such. This would be a neat set, obviously not something we can really get now, because you already have the Encounter on Tatooine, whatever set coming out, and, to me, I don't think they'd make a LEGO set with Cobb Vanth wearing the Boba Fett armor. I think if we're going to get Boba Fett armor anytime soon in the LEGO Star Wars set, it'll be from the Book of Boba Fett TV show that was newly announced, or at least based off of that show. So this is a cool set. Obviously, I just think getting Cobb Vanth would be neat, but ultimately, it's something that I don't really think we'll see in the future, but it's a possibility. Now, if you remember in the episode, The Tragedy from late in Season 2, the Imperials came into the Tython system using these Imperial Troop Transports here. They're not the same, obviously, as anything else we've really seen. They look kind of like, the First Order transports, like preliminary versions of them almost. And, they have kind of brief appearances, but ultimately you could have this and include a bunch of Stormtroopers, maybe the Mortar Trooper we see in that episode. Maybe it's a vehicle we'll see more of in the future, because obviously the Imperials are kind of shifting past their old selves, and maybe we'll see kind of a development towards the First Order and how this scene kind of turns into the First Order Troop Transport. Kind of a cool thing that you can notice there, but still not something super popular. It's only, or noticeable really, you only see it in the episode for like 30 seconds. Now, one set to me that I actually wouldn't be really surprised to see at all, honestly, is the Outland TIE Fighter here, or Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter. This was actually rumored to come out in 2021 in this January wave. Obviously, we got the Encounter on Tatooine instead, but still, this set was rumored for a while. It was Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter. We still don't have Moff Gideon as a LEGO Star Wars minifigure, so I do imagine we'll see him soon. Will it be in a TIE Fighter like this? I don't know, but still, I think that getting this TIE Fighter actually wouldn't be too, unlikely. I know, we all know LEGO loves making Imperial vehicles, yes, original trilogy vehicles, what I meant to say, all the time. They're big on that stuff. They have an X-Wing, a TIE Fighter, Imperial shuttle in this wave, so the fact that, they haven't made this one yet is a little bit surprising, but I do think it is certainly possible and likely in the future. When? I'm not too sure, but it's a cool vehicle. It's basically a TIE Fighter that can bend its wings, and, why not LEGO? Now, on the other hand, a set to me that would be a lot less likely would be this Juggernaut we see here from later in The Mandalorian Season 2. Pretty cool set. Obviously, we've gotten some Juggernauts before, or clone turbo tanks, I guess you could say. We've never gotten any Imperial Juggernauts because we don't really see them too much. This is one of the few ones, that we do see on screen, I guess. I know we see one in Rogue One, I think, and this is one here. Kind of a unique vehicle. Again, something pretty cool. You can include some of those pirates, maybe some of the Imperial troopers, Mando in the Imperial armor, along with Mayfeld. It would be a pretty neat set to get, but is it something we'll see? Probably not. On an underrated set for me, and one that I would actually be kind of down for, would be a new Sandcrawler, except it would be based off of the Mandalorian. Obviously, LEGO likes making original trilogy stuff, and why not a new Sandcrawler? Obviously, the last time we got one was only a few years ago, not too long ago, but still, getting one like this would be pretty neat. It's a little bit different than the normal kind of original trilogy version. Obviously, it has the tents and canopy stuff above, which the original trilogy versions don't have, and Jawas are a little bit different looking from the Mandalorian. They have red eyes instead of the kind of yellow bright eyes, I guess you could say. And it would be pretty cool. You'd include some different minifigures and such in the set like this. Pretty neat, something that would be cool, but likely not really. Another cool set would be the Imperial Gauntlet class cruiser, I believe, and this is obviously from the middle of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. We got this before in a Star Wars Rebels set. I actually own that set. It's a pretty cool set. It's pretty unique, kind of an obscure vehicle that they made in the Imperial Assault Carrier or whatever. Pretty cool, though. I have to admit, something that's unique, something that's different, and, it's not your typical Star Destroyer, right? And to me, I think they could remake this, honestly. I mean, it's possible. Again, for me, not really likely. I mean, Star Wars Rebels, obviously the Empire is featured in that show a lot. We see that vehicle a lot in The Mandalorian. We only see it in one episode, and it's cool, but, you could include some minifigures like all the Imperials and such, the officers, all the Mandalorians that we see, like Bo-Katan in that episode, maybe some Corrin or something. But is it something that likely? I don't know. Again, it's a possibility, though, so I figured I might as well throw it out there. And finally, to finish off today's video, I had no other choice but to decide on the Slave 1. Obviously, we've gotten plenty of Slave 1s, but want to get a Mandalorian-themed version. That one would be pretty cool, honestly. We get plenty of original trilogy versions. Why not get a Mandalorian-themed version? You could have some unique minifigures like Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Bo-Katan, Mando. You can include really any Mandalorian minifigure from the main cast because, they all are at least at some point on board this vessel in Season 2. Not to mention, it's just a cool vehicle, and, LEGO loves original trilogy stuff, and they love stuff that'll sell, and Slave 1 will always sell. Plus, it'll be Mandalorian-themed. A prequel version would be nice, but ultimately, maybe they'll go with a Mandalorian version. Not to mention, we're obviously getting the Book of Boba Fett, so to see this thing coming out soon, honestly, I don't think that's a bad prediction. I think it could happen pretty soon with the Boba Fett stuff going on and the Mandalorian, so we'll just have to see, I guess. Anyways, guys, like I said earlier, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Huge shout out to BrickWizard59 for the Lego mocks, I guess you could say, earlier on in the video. Those were all fantastic. But guys, like I said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time on JT Bricks.